Volunteer.
Thank you. If you remember how hard it was raining just a couple hours ago, anybody in their right mind would have thought this event would have been canceled. But all it did was cool off the day and give us a beautiful day like this. And that proves to me that God is on our side. Now, everybody else has talked about such positive things. I got to bring it down a little bit and go negative here and talk about something that I loathe, talk about something that I hate with a passion, and that would be the mainstream media. Now, historically, the mainstream media has always lied and slandered the conservative Republican candidates and all Republican presidents. Most Republican presidents have just tolerated this and taken it as par for the course. Except today, it has gotten a lot worse. Today, the mainstream media has ramped up the lies, the slander, and the fake news to an unprecedented level. Except there is one main difference. We have a president who fights back against them. And they don't know what to do. They've never encountered that before. They've never had anybody hit back and hit back 10 times harder. And the other thing we have is a general public who has lost all faith in the mainstream media's credibility. I mean, I was gullible. At one time, I thought when you turned on the news, you were being told the truth. You were being looked at verified sources and the truth. I didn't realize that every single time the mainstream media opens their mouth, they're promoting propaganda. Was that Antifa trying to shut us down?
Hey, Wiz, good luck.
Anyway, the mainstream media. Just the double standard. I'm just going to give you a couple little double standards. Every one of you know much bigger things than this. But the number one thing that got me was Benghazi. The way the media covered that. We had Hillary and Obama overseeing that, and we had heroes in the military that volunteered to go in and save those people's lives. They begged. They said, please let us put our lives on the line to rescue these American diplomats. They were told to stand down. Then they were told to change their uniforms, change into civilian uniforms, so they don't offend the people on the ground, the locals. That was more important to the past regime than to saving American lives. 4 times they were told to change their uniforms, and then they were told to stand down, and they were not allowed to go in and rescue and save the lives of Americans, which is what the military is here to do, what they volunteered to do. And then the lies, the spin that was put on by the left-wing mainstream media. This was covered up. Lies were told in the Rose Garden. Lies were told on the Mitt Romney campaign, and it was completely covered up, completely lied about. Just think. If there was even 1/10 of a blunder like that on a Trump campaign, that would be the top story for the next 6 months, and they'd be calling for an impeachment like they do already over scoops of ice cream. And again, just another little one that really makes me laugh a lot. The beloved Barack Hussein Obama, when he was on the campaign trail, he thought there were 57 states. Again, imagine if any Republican or Trump made such a blunder. Again, it would be the top story on the news, and it would go on for 6 months, and they wouldn't shut up about it. Again, now, like what you got here, the Russia collusion thing. That is fake news. That is a load of crap. I mean, when I walked into the polling booth, there was nobody from the KGB. There was no Russian agent that put a gun to my head and told me I had to vote for Donald Trump. Fake news! Fake news. However, there is overwhelming evidence that the Ukraine collaborated with Hillary. And what do we hear from the mainstream media? Crickets! Nothing!
Lock her up!
Lock her up! Lock her up!
Lock her up! Lock her up! Lock her up! Lock her up! Lock her up!
Thank you. If you've ever been to a Trump rally, when he gets an interruption like that, he loves it. That was the most fun I've had up here all night. Now, just a minor story, you probably didn't see this, because you probably don't rot your brains watching CNN. I can't stand watching them either. I happened to have it on one day, and they were doing a major story about how Donald Trump looks down at his feet when he walks down the stairs. There's nothing more intelligent than looking where you're walking. Have you ever seen Donald Trump take a spill and go head over heels the way Obama did and the way Hillary did? No, because he looks in front of himself. But somehow this was a reason to call him insane, to say he was crazy. It was a 15-minute segment on CNN. Again, this is insignificant, but I'm just showing you how stupid the mainstream media is. We're living in a world right now where we have terrorists and rogue dictators who want nothing more than to kill every single one of us. The mainstream media would rather do a meltdown over the number of scoops of ice cream Donald Trump has. fake news, waste of time news. And also how all members of the Trump family are continuously attacked in the mainstream media. But right at the same time, Obama's daughter got high and passed out at a party. And again, what do we hear from the mainstream media? Crickets. It's a double standard. I'm sick and tired of it. And the mainstream media promoting the absolute stupidity of sanctuary cities. I don't even need to continue this. Everybody in this square knows how stupid it is to promote sanctuary cities. And we're told that we're racist and hateful for wanting legal people to come into the country and abide by the laws and to get arrested if they commit crimes. I mean, I'm not even going to go on about that because we're all on the same page here. As Donald Trump said, there is no crime or racism in putting America first. But the mainstream media attacks that very concept as if it's racist. Again, I don't need to keep going here, but Obama said, this is obvious, we all know this, if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Premiums will come down by $2,500 per family. Both of those were complete 180s. Lies, falsehoods, inaccurate, it did not come to pass. I ask you again, what if it was a Republican or Trump who had made 1/10 of that inaccurate statement? Again, top story for 6 straight months, calls for impeachment. So again, I am absolutely sick of it. I'm sick of this with a passion of what the mainstream media has been doing, and I'm asking everybody to no longer be silent. There are people out there who just, all they watch is NBC, CBS, and this is what they see. This is the barrage of lies they get fed to them. So I'm asking everybody to speak up. When I saw somebody at work watching CNN, I laughed at him and told him he was watching fake news. Be vocal, get it out there, at least put the narrative out there, at least promote this, get somebody to think. If he turns to you and says, why is it fake news? Tell them to do some research. Make them think for themselves. We have 4 years to discredit the lies. We're not doing something illegal or wrong. We are discrediting what is discreditable. We need to discredit the lies, the false narrative, the left-wing liberalism, socialist, communist path that the mainstream media is putting this country on. Discredit it, slander it, mock it, laugh at anyone who believes anything. You know the old quote, is that true or did you hear it on CNN? Use it. Use every joke. Use every line you can. We need to discredit the mainstream media and the lies they tell. By doing that, we are supporting our President Donald J. Trump, and we are supporting the United States of America and truth. Thank you. God bless America, and God bless you all. No more fake